All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Timmy B, host of the Fight Insight podcast. It's the best damn podcast that your friends are not already watching. So tell them to get their butts over here and check this out. This week, again, no more Bam Bam. Where is he? He will be back next week. But for today, my first guest and my co-host for the day is Mr. Liam Harriman.
Timmy B, hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fight Insight Podcast.
Well, sorry, hopefully I did a decent. I don't know.
I think, look, if anybody knows how to punch someone in the face, it's you, Liam. My man. Look, I've had you on the podcast before. I'm so happy to have you back again. Your career, dude, I knew it. The first time I met you, you're training in a greenhouse. I was like, who the heck is this crazy guy? And now you are a 3-0 undefeated professional boxer. 2 of those wins coming by first round knockout. So that's very impressive. And then the one fight that you took to a split decision went the full 6 rounds. So I do like that in a sense because it's getting you ring time.
Yep. And it was a more high level opponent. I took it on earlier in my career than most guys would have. So that feels good looking back at it whenever I think about it.
Yeah. And I'm happy for you, man, because look, here you are, you're moving along, you're getting fights. And now when I'm following you along on your Instagram, you're saying you're fighting again this year?
Yeah, November 26th or 27th, one or the other. It's against another guy about my size, but I'm going down a division. I'm going to fight cruiserweight, even though I'm technically a cruiserweight fighting up at heavyweight. But this will be for a title, so a regional title. So I'm pretty excited about it.
That's incredible, dude. And what is the promotion that you'll be fighting in?
It's Boston Boxing Promotions. I don't know who holds like the accountability for the belt. I don't know if it's a sanctioned belt or whatever, but it may not be because it's just a regional belt. But whatever, it's still a New England title fight, so I'm excited.
Dude, absolutely incredible, man. So congratulations to you on that. Look, I'm more of an MMA guy, but look, any title you can pick up along the way in your career is absolutely fantastic. So what does this mean when you say like a regional title? That means it's like a regional promotion. They have their own belts, but everything just keeps stacking up for you, right? The more and more wins you get, the more belts you get, then the more respect gets put in your name.
Yeah, I don't know if it's regional as far as the promotion. I think it's just regional United States. So from what I understand, it's recognized among all the promotions. Like it's because it's New England, so it's Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all those states.
God damn.
Yeah, so hopefully that's why Boston Boxing may be putting on the show, but I think it's a recognized belt, so it should be. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Dude. I met you like about a year ago. Did you think that this is where your career would have been in a year?
Yeah, honestly, I believe. Well, I'm more. I should say more graciously because I am wicked happy like about it. But I just mean like my coach and I went to a friend of mine's fight. We saw the competition level on the undercard and the whole circuit, and I was like, oh my god, this is not what I thought it was. And so let's just do this because I'd been fighting unpaid and driving around for years, and I'm just like, all right, so let's just go take these guys out, and then we'll take a harder opponent, which we're doing now. My second fight and this guy, I'll recognize they're pretty respectable guys, so I won't take anything away from them. But I just think that if you have balls and you want to put yourself out there, good things are going to come to you right now based off of the way the business is being ran, in my opinion.
So what does that mean?
I think there's a lot of guys getting gimme fights, and if you have the balls to call someone out that's also good early in your career, you're going to get more recognition and status because like in MMA, you could lose a fight, go on a 5-fight tear, come back, you're right on the scene. You could get called to contender series. Something could happen, PFL might call you. Whereas with boxing, you lose a fight, you gotta really build your name back. It's like if you're up and comer, you gotta really have that at the end of your especially because I'm 24, so it's like if I'm gonna put myself out there like that, they're basically gonna be like kind of throw me to the wolves at this point, to either shut me up or to take advantage of me. I don't know, one or the other.
So, but that's the funny thing though, right? Because in truth, one of the things I always say is that I love seeing when someone's able to bounce back from defeat, because to me that shows a real judge of their character and whatever. But
Right.
in the world, that's in the world of MMA, but in the world of boxing, you're right, it is very scary because the minute you lose that opportunities may not come. That's generally what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, and they'll look at you as like just bait, just shops to throw to the big dogs. I mean, like, so Golden Boy, for example, I won my 2 fights. I beat the guy that was 6-2. He had fought in DAZN, fought some bigger name opponents. I moved up like 800 ranks in one fight, which only big name guys do that. So like
Right.
Lomachenko, Floyd Mayweather, this Olympic kid from last summer, like if you're Richard Torres, like those guys, if you have a good name, you're gonna get bigger fights faster. But with guys like me, that are broke and that we have to do everything on ourselves, no manager, no promoter, stuff like that. It's kind of like you have to fend for yourself. So to get there, you have to spend 5 to 6 years beating bums before you even get. So what I did is I was like, all right, let me fast track this because I want to make money. I'm not just out here sparring and getting brain damage and all this stuff just to not get paid, And I think I can fight with the best of them. I just want to get treated like the rest of the guys
Right.
that are, you know what I mean? So it's been a constant battle of like trusting my gut, of like not taking everyone's advice. So, you got to go do it this way, and you have to do it this. You have to beat these guys first, and it's like, no, why would I have to do that if I can beat this guy now? You know what I mean? I don't, So that's kind of.
And then the guy that they are telling you to beat, he's busy driving Uber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's got Uber Eats to deliver. He doesn't have time to fight you right now, Liam. So you got to wait.
Yeah, and not only that, there's also like it doesn't even feel rewarding because you're getting in there with a guy that's not good enough to compete with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel every time I watch another podcast. You know what I mean? I'm like, who are these idiots?
Yeah.
But okay, you're doing it your way. You're doing the thing. You're getting the right fights. How bad is these influencer boxing things and stuff messing you up? Like,
I don't think it's just weird, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how much of an opinion I have of the influencer stuff. I just know that like Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis is a joke. Like, what the hell is that? You know what I mean?
what is that though? Like it's a money thing, right? Like they just pay this guy to not try as hard. That's my take on it, man. I get that Jake is really good. He could kill me for sure because he's training his ass off. But my problem is like I don't know that the people he's fighting are really trying.
Well, and it's just weird because you go from fighting guys that are older to you fight a guy your age, and now he's 5'4" and 135 pounds. It's like, what are you doing, dude? I don't know. He's a cruiserweight, so I mean, if I win this fight, I think I'll be top 20 in the U.S. If judging from what I was told. So, if as long as I win this, I'll start heading his direction. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that.
Okay, but do you honestly think that Jake Paul would ever fight you?
Yeah, I think he would. Maybe I don't know. But I don't know. I don't bring him money. I don't bring money to the table. Mike Tyson does. Gervonta Davis does. All these names, dude, because people just want to see. It's like a video game. It's like in UFC, you have Dana White playing Bruce Lee or something like that. It's Jake Paul fighting Gervonta Davis instead. So I don't know.
But like it's just confusing to me. Like I don't want him to sue me, obviously, but it's very confusing when like you have all these boxers like yourself that are doing it the old school way, right? Like training boxing your whole life, training to fight, training, going up, fighting on the local scene, whatever, and building yourself up. And then this other offshoot style, and then they're fighting like the best in the world, and they're holding their own. Like my problem is like it almost seems like either this guy is a super prodigy, or he's like kind of insulting everybody else that's working their way up the right way. Like, and that was the early criticism of him, right? Is like, why aren't you fighting real boxers? Why aren't you fighting actual contenders? And he just kind of shot up the influencer way, and it's just strange
because he couldn't even beat Tommy Fury.
in
Because
that one.
he finally fought someone that was his size and age and got whooped, and it wasn't even that like high level of. I mean, Tommy Fury is pretty good. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I don't think he's like some amazing boxer. I mean, he's on TV shows and stuff like that. Well, there's some guys fighting for their life out here, you know, and I don't know. I just don't think. I think Jake Paul. The thing with him is he's got all the money and to pay the trainers and to pay so he's good and he's getting the sparring partners and he is getting better. He's genuinely getting good. So I think he'll eventually fight someone that's good. I just think it'll be at his. Sadly, I think it'll be just when he decides he wants to. Like this could all just be to build him up and then to get that title fight really against someone. His first fight that's good is a title fight. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
I mean, see, here's the deal. Okay, so for people listening to this podcast, and you know, I was preparing for another guest, and I was preparing big time for this other guest because it was a big interview that I was going to have. Okay, bails out on me twice in a row. It's supposed to be scheduled next week now. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hopeful for it. So I'm not prepared with all the exact right questions for you and like the angle that I want to go. But what I mean is like, whereas before boxing was a way for people to like get themselves out of tougher neighborhoods, build their lifestyle, I feel like now that opportunity is really being diminished because of the influencer boxing. Now, like these kids that maybe would have garnered attention as the kid from the slums that's working his way up. Now we're not watching that guy because we're busy watching the Twitch streamer who plays Modern Warfare, and now he's fighting Tony Ferguson.
I agree. Yeah,
like we don't care anymore about those hard knock stories, you know. And I feel like that's what's tough. That's why, as a real boxer like you, that's why I'm upset that's where I'm saying that maybe you are upset because you're like, wait a second, here I am, a 3-0 boxer, building my way up, calling out people, shooting through the rankings like you're saying, but people aren't talking about me. They're talking about Salt Poppy.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't even get sponsors, and I'm freaking everything's coming up. I'm wearing the same gloves from 5 years ago, and I'm still driving 140 miles on my dime, and still working 40 hours a week, and still helping my family and other people with stuff they got to do, and dealing with I don't know. It's just, I mean, I'm not going to complain. I love it. I chose this lifestyle, but it's like you said, I feel like the recognition should be I'm not even saying me necessarily, but there are some real dogs out there that really deserve to eat. You know,
this is what I'm saying. That's what I mean, though. Those sponsorship dollars are going those other angles, right?
Yeah, I agree with you fully.
Yeah, that's what I'm not. Fair. And now, to be fair, I've had influencer boxers on my show, like, and I'm happy for them as well. I don't want it to deter or take away from anything else. Like, I'm happy for everybody to be successful, but I don't want someone to be successful at other people's expense.
Well, what I've been saying for forever, I mean, it's the same thing with government. It's the same thing with sports. It's the same thing with anything. They overcomplicate everything, so that way there could be middlemen making money in between, and all it does is complicate everything and make everything disingenuous and unorganized. All you have to do, literally, is just organize it like the NFL or the NBA or anything like that. You make one commission. If everyone wants to make money, they should all be a part of the same organization, which is the NFL, the NBA, the same league or whatever. You have team owners. So if it's Boston Boxing Promotions, and then, for example, there's like in New England for Fighting, there's Cage Titans, NEF, there's Combat Zone, there's a bunch of different ones. Let's say they all went under the same name, but they had different teams theoretically with team owners.
Yeah.
Like, and there was like a pay standard for certain players, like in the NFL. You got guys in the practice squad making 250 bands a year to fucking practice and not even compete. No one ever sees their name. But people out here getting brain damage, broken faces, paying for their medical bills, stuff like that. And there can't be some sort of structure when it's like, the thing I keep saying is they're all fighting for the same. If everyone, I don't know. It's so say instead of the UFC, whatever, there's Pride, there's PFL, there's Bellator, there's freaking all these different leagues. If there was just one league and they all just work together, it would just, I think everyone, as far as businessmen, would make more money. The fighters would make more money. There would be fighter insurance. There, like, it really would not.
Yeah.
I don't think personally it would be complicated. I think it all just comes down to competition with business and people making money that don't need to be there. Simple as that. Like literally, like
yeah. It's funny that you say that because I'm in Toronto, Ontario, right? And so my gym is mostly Muay Thai, and so there's a lot of Muay Thai competition up here, right? Everywhere, really. Like when I do interviews on Millions and stuff, it's crazy. Like you're in the middle of Bumpkinville, and they've got a Muay Thai competition, you know. But it is funny because I do commentary for one of the organizations that puts on some shows called Ish Promotions, right? I did it this year, and they plan to do more shows. But what's so funny, Liam, exactly to your point, a whole bunch of different promotions run different Muay Thai shows, and they each have their own name. Okay, so let's say it's Timmy's Muay Thai, then you got Liam's Muay Thai and whatever, and they all run their own show. They're all generally run by the gyms, like different gyms, but they send each other their fighters. Like at Liam's show, I'm going to send my gym fighters to your show, and on my show, you send yours to mine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I've been saying, I don't know why they don't just all join up and go, okay, we're just going to call it Toronto Muay Thai, and we're going to brand it one thing. And then every show, that's fine. Liam, you run that show. You make all the money on that show. Timmy, next month, you run your show. You make all the money on that show. You do it however you want. But we're going to call it one thing. And I feel if you did that, in my brain, for some reason, I'm thinking that would be better because you kind of get like you establish a name, you establish a brand.
Or you just have percentages or salaries or something where it's like everyone benefits off of like a football team. Like everyone benefits is off of the other guy doing good. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
So it's like, I think, like,
but what I mean though is that like the fighters are going to make more money the more people show up. But if I can get some sort of brand recognition, then more people might come to more shows, and then therefore the fighters get more, or you get more exposure, or now the sponsors come a little bit more. But I feel like if everyone's trying, like you're saying, like if there's PFL, Bellator, 1FC, Pride, whatever, and I know we're saying organizing, like Octagon, MMA, like whatever, it's harder for all of them to create that when if you just kind of all joined, like to your point, I don't know. And same as like boxing or what, like if you joined up a little bit more, I don't know that you might be more successful. And like you're saying, you might be able to eliminate some of those middlemen.
Well, and it would make so much stuff like the show's more valuable if there was one show a month instead of 4 shows a month, all different locations. Some people can't get there. I don't know. If you have something that's like planned ahead of time, everyone has only one option to watch the events. All the people work together. Instead
you
of
don't
having
split
40 people at a show, maybe at your one big show. So like, let's say there's 4 shows, 40 people show, 160 people come. Let's just make the numbers up. What if 160 people come overall to those 4 shows, but if it was one show, 500 people came?
That's right. Because it's a bigger show. It's a mega show.
Yes, exactly. And it just makes way more, like football Sunday is Sunday nights. And I don't know. It just makes more sense to me. I don't know. But I think it all just comes down to people that don't need to be there can make money, and that's why it's never changed, to be honest.
I know. Yeah, no, I know. Look, I have it on the screen here. Your Instagram handle is Liam Harriman MMA. I feel like we may need to change that handle.
Well, my plan is after boxing to get into Muay Thai and MMA, but you're right. I should probably do a boxing thing.
Or maybe just take away the MMA part of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, just
so that, like, whatever. But anyways, aside from that technical glitch, when your fight comes up, people like make sure that you're following Liam Harriman MMA so that on your next fight, we can all see where it is, when it is, and get it, right?
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it. How much do you owe your success as a professional boxer to Timmy B? Because I interviewed you before your very first professional fight, and I feel like you've never lost since you met me.
I did your good luck charm one, and you definitely have brought way more attention to my career, so I appreciate you, for real. Dude,
I'm really happy for you, man. Talk to me about like how you're promoting yourself though, because this is something really important. This past weekend on September 20th, I was out at Fight League Atlantic, which is where I do a lot of good stuff with Fight League Atlantic. I do some commentary for them, sometimes on shows. I was doing backstage interviews, host the weigh-ins. dude, you see all these great athletes, right, from amateur to pro, and they're kicking ass. Maybe when you finally go MMA, you'll come out to Fight League Atlantic.
Yeah.
Dude, it's great show, man. How have you been promoting yourself? Because okay, so you mentioned that.
I've been wilding out. I mean, I freaking karate combat. I literally DM'd Sam Alvey. I texted him, asked him to fight me. He opened it and liked the message. He didn't answer me though. That's
a good fight. That's a good fight, by the way.
I would do it. I mean, I don't really. He got punching power, but I'm hard to hit. And then I was sparring with Raz Hilton, who fought Yoel Romero. So I'm just getting around the community, friends with guys like Jorgen De Castro, who was in the UFC for a while.
Yeah, he's your guy.
He's one of my best mentors. And I don't know. I'm pretty open. I'm not afraid to talk to people, message people.
But are you okay? No, but I mean, but are you are you doing more interviews on Millions? Like, are you trying to get yourself out on podcasts? Like,
I've been slacking. I'm not gonna lie. I've been so into the conspiracy realm and to what's been going on in the current world climate right now.
Dude, I see that. I see that you're all over that, man. You've been talking a lot of stuff. Can I tell you? I just found out today that I'm blocked on Instagram again. I can't comment on anything.
On what?
On anything on Instagram. Like,
really?
if I try to leave a comment, it says cannot. Hold on, let me try it now. This happens to me every now and then. What's that?
Is it laws are different in Canada or something?
I don't know, but this has happened to me a few times, and I feel like it's when I comment on a few certain things. And it's not like I'm saying anything bad. It's not like I'm getting this goes against our guidelines. It's just suddenly I just can't comment.
What the heck?
Here, let me just try and leave some hearts on this one and then see what happens.
It won't even work.
Yeah. See, it will go like this. See under there?
Couldn't post your comment? What the heck?
It just blocks my comments.
What have you been saying?
I've been commenting. No, dude, but this is what I'm saying. It's not like I'm saying anything bad. Because sometimes if you say bad stuff, it will say like, "Oh, this goes against our guidelines," or you'll get a thing.
No,
that
I mean,
says,
like, what are you questioning? What are you bringing up? Are you saying anything?
Not questioning stuff, but like I'll be commenting on things that are like either political or whatever. And then I
fit the status quo.
And but not what I'm saying, but I think the posts themselves. And I think if I comment on too many of them, it just goes, shut this guy out. Well, it's crazy.
But someone's gonna come knocking on my door pretty soon. I have a feeling. So I'll let you know that.
Yeah,
I've been saying some pretty wild stuff online. I'm not gonna
I've seen. Like, you've been going hard on some things, man.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important we all question things and have an open dialogue. But I don't know. I think we've been lied to about a lot, and I think it's getting really scary right now. So that's kind of why I've been out of it. I'm thinking I'm gonna actually start my own podcast about that kind of stuff, so I can make my boxing page about boxing. You know what I mean? So I don't have to keep. Yeah. I feel like I see.
Stop alienating people.
Yeah, well, dude, I texted congressmen. It's been crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is there tin foil underneath your hat?
There should be. There definitely should be. I feel like a lone soldier. I've been watching too much of my Instagram, but I mean,
yeah.
Unfortunately, it all seems to be backed when you research it, which is what.
Let me ask you a question then that I was gonna have for my other guest. So let me ask you this question, because this might be something that you can answer in an eloquent way.
All right.
Now, my guest was supposed to be Leah McCourt, who is an Irish MMA fighter.
Yep.
Somehow she is big into politics now. She knew Charlie Kirk well, and she was at the memorial, and she's big on that, and she was interviewed by the BBC about it, and so she was going to come on and talk about stuff, right? Yeah. And the reason why is because I will say that permeated throughout the MMA world a lot. There was a lot of postings and comments about it.
Yeah, I saw it.
And I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting that like all these fighters came out in commentary about it. And so it was going to be an interesting conversation. Let me go to one question that I was going to ask her, and then maybe You can speak on it.
Yep.
In such a divided time, do you see ways that combat sports, boxing, MMA, can help bring people together rather than pushing them apart?
Combat sports, I think so. Yeah, definitely. I think the fact alone that it's one of those sports where it's like a constant World Cup, you know what I mean? Everyone's represented from different countries. You have the chance to put your country on your back and speak your truth. And when you get, I'm going to like, for example, I'm personally this fight, I'm going to wear like a Epstein didn't kill himself shirt, freaking We the People hat. Like I want to represent freedom, my country. And I think that people from Venezuela should be able to do that. And I think people from Iran should be able to do that. And people from, I don't know. I think there's only one country I have a problem with. I won't say it on your show for your sake, but I think.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But for 99% of the world, I think it could definitely bring most people together. I think
Right.
we all bleed the same. We all broken bones. We all love. We all cry. I think it's one of those things where it's like the sport. You only feel the highs, like, and lows of it. There's only one place you could find it, and it's in some sort of combat situation, whether it's fighting or war or whatever. It just brings out, like in our boxing gym, we got kids from Inglewood, California that moved here to New Hampshire and Maine. So you got a mix between country bumpkins like me, and then you got black dudes from the hood, and then you got black dudes from the country, and you got freaking, you don't know who's beautiful kind of thing that the sport comes in. You should have that common bond to share. Or I don't know. It's one of those. I think definitely it's one of the few things I think, believe it or not, that could unify people. But they have to try it first. That's the thing. If you don't try, you don't get to see that. A lot of people I've had be like, "Damn, this is violent." But it's, if you go in and try it, you know, and feel it out, it's like it's pretty intimate experience. I think. Yeah. So
definitely, my man. Look, Liam Harriman, 3-0 professional boxer, on your way to the top, man. You got a title fight coming up. I'm very happy for you. I'm very excited. Good luck to you. Change your Instagram handle.
Yes, I will work on that.
Work on the sponsorships. Work on your new Instagram page so you don't get in trouble with the other stuff.
Yes, that's smart. Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? Yeah, do that. Yeah. Don't get in trouble. I don't need that. I need you sticking around here. You're my friend. So, Liam Harriman, man, thank you so much for joining the podcast, my friend.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for always having me on, and hopefully we can chat before this next banger about the fight.
Yeah. Dude, of course, 100%. I'll see you soon, my friend.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, that's Liam Harriman, and now we get to my next guest of the show. Look, this man is a friend of the podcast. He was on the show back a year ago, and I'm very excited to have him back. He is one of the greatest fighters in Canadian mixed martial arts right now. He's flying through the scene. He fought this past Saturday, September 20th at FLA 21. He got a first round knockout, the likes of which you have never seen before. Go check it out on Fight League Atlantic's Instagram. It is there for your viewing pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, as I call him, the Pride of PEI, Cam Nelson.
Hey, Timmy, how you doing, man?
What's up, buddy? You're looking good.
Thanks, brother.
Do you mind if you turn your camera sideways and see if it rotates? It will fill my screen a little bit.
Yeah, how's that?
Nope. Terrible. Did not work. Never mind. Flip it back. It's okay. You might not have your screen unlocked. That's all right. Don't worry.
I'm just on my phone here, so.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can change our screen and we'll look different. We'll zoom in here. Boom. There you go. That's better.
Right on,
dude,
man.
Congratulations to you, man.
Thanks, dude. No, it was a good one for sure. They were all like that. Would be pretty cool, right?
I mean, man, it was absolutely crazy. Look, you're the co-main event of FLA 21, right? Going in there, you're on a 2-fight win streak at the time. You get put up against this guy from the United States. Yeah.
Yeah,
Connecticut. Comes in. Big Jim comes out of Teixeira MMA, so training out with Glover Teixeira, Alex Bahia, and all that gang. Cam Nelson, undeterred. Dude, you come out and you're throwing bombs. Like every strike you were throwing, I was like, I could feel the air, and I was like at the back. Like just every punch you were throwing was such bad intentions, man. You definitely have looked better and better in every fight. What do you owe that to?
I think it's just like I kind of touched on when we spoke earlier, just trying to be consistent and make it a lifestyle, and just always being in the gym and always training, right? Obviously, you go through fight camps and preparations for fights, but for me, I just try and make it kind of a year-round thing that, you know, if things come up, I can kind of jump at opportunities because I'm confident that I'm ready. And I really believe that it's more of a lifestyle than just like a hobby, right? You need to be, you know, it's a hard sport to be half in, half out. You really have to be, you know, committed and all in if you want to, you know, keep progressing and then, you know, fighting at higher levels. So I think it's, you know, there's no secret sauce, man. It's just showing up and being on the mats and training consistently.
But of course, you're at Henzo Gracie PEI out in Charlottetown, PEI, Canada.
Yep.
And as I say, every time I tell people, I'm like, yeah, but this guy's cross training as well. Not only does he have that great gym that is producing great fighter after great fighter, but then you are going out to Niagara Top Team and training out there and doing some cross training. So
For sure.
how important is that for you, man? Because like, look, you're taking this very serious and you're doing all the things that it takes to become a serious contender. So how did you get to start doing that, and what are the benefits of that?
Yeah, I've been going up there for probably like a year and a half now, I want to say. I kind of got linked up with them through my manager, Josh Hill.
Best.
Yeah, one of the kind of OGs in the Canadian scene. He's fought, you know, forever and kind of for everybody. So Josh hooked me up, got me up there for a week. Obviously, friend of the show, Alana and Keenan, showed it to them. They're super great. They let me stay with them when I go up there and kind of do these mini camps. So yeah, I think it was last April I first went up, and I think I've been up 5-6 times since then. So yeah, like you said, it really just helps. I mean, there's a lot of high level athletes in that room. I could, you know, spout them all out, but the list is too long. So get up there and rub shoulders with them and just really, you know, go up and fail, right? Because that's the biggest thing. Is just going up and, you know, losing and getting pushed. And as you mentioned, I have a great gym here as well. So to be able to kind of, you know, go up there, learn, and then, you know, bring things back here and kind of implement them into my camp. Yeah, it's been a huge help for sure.
It's crazy, man. And what is you're out there, so you're out from PEI, you go out to Niagara Top Team and you're there, and so you'd be like kind of like a visitor, you know what I mean? Like you're training there, you're a guy going out there. They don't give you a nickname immediately because you're still technically just Cam Nelson.
Nickname, maybe a couple that I won't say on air between me and the boys, but nothing off the top of my head.
Nothing that's PG or better.
I think AJ will call me Cam Bam, or yeah, couple like that, but kind of, you know, the rinse and repeat ones. Young gun I was getting when I was first going up there, but I'm getting older now. So
wait, what was it?
Young gun. I think it's
okay.
calling guy, right? But things like that. But no, just an unreal guys up there and girls, and you know, Coach Chris Prickett and Matt DeMarc Antonio, DeMarcs and Jelly and those guys, just some insanely high level coaching, and above that, just great people. So super blessed to have two gyms I can, you know, be a part of and learn from. So
yeah. Now, when you have been progressing in your career, I don't know if you've realized this, but as I was looking at your career, I interviewed you a year ago. Since that interview, you've gone 3-0. So is there anything that you'd like to say to me in thanks for this?
I owe you a few royalty checks here in the mail.
You're kicking ass.
Yeah, I fought around the same time. It was the same Pecto card they do there every.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's amazing, man. Like, so here's the thing too. You now get on the mic after your victory, and again, like, just go on Instagram and watch it on FightLeagueAtlantic.com or on your Instagram as well, right? I think it's there.
For sure. Yeah, it should be on there.
Go check that out, man. It's just like I mean, it's the most beautiful way, man. It's that walk-off knockout.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one that, you know, every fighter wants to put on the highlight reel, right? So just thankful I, got it done, and shout out to FLA for having the great production to, get me the video and post that to social media like the next day. I mean, nowadays, right, half the battle is, getting exposure and getting tape and, getting yourself out there. So, I mean, shout out to FLA for all they do for on that side of things.
Not only that, but then what they do is they give you the mic in the cage, and you have the greatest call out in Canadian MMA history, setting it up for the greatest fight in Canadian MMA history, because now you call out the champ in the division. You call out Christian Tiger Savoy, who of course was on the Contender Series, right? So he's got a name for himself. He obviously has a name back home, but this is a huge fight, man. Do you expect this fight to happen?
Oh, definitely, for sure. We're kind of just figuring it out right now. I know he wanted to fight in November, and I said I was game for that as well. Couple things we're just trying to figure out that are kind of out of my hands right now, and his as well. No doubt it's going to happen. Fingers crossed it's going to be November, and like I said, we should know that very soon. So looking forward to that. Yeah, he's a big name. He's done a lot in the Canadian scene. Nothing but respect for the guy, but like I said on the mic, I mean, he's got the belt. I want the belt, so seemed like the matchup to make, right? So
that's the right thing. Yeah, man, that is crazy though. Like, I mean, that is like really like that's the mountain versus the unstoppable force, or whatever that metaphor is, right? But and I think he was already creating memes, right? I think, was it him that was creating memes where it looked like he was like a Makachev meme or something, and he was like, "Send me location."
Yeah, and I mean that's great, right? It built some hype up around it, and I think we were both pretty respectful about it. Like, I'm not really like a shit talker. I don't think he is either. Both athletes. It's the fight to make, right? It's the fight I think everyone wants to see on the East Coast. So, give the fans what they want, right?
Now, as I was asking my last guest too, like, how important will this be for you? Like, okay, so the fight is huge, the title is huge, the recognition and the spot is huge, but how important will it be for you to get out onto the media scene and get this fight like known? You know what I mean? Like, how much are you going to go out and promote the crap out of that fight? Because obviously, if you win that fight, the next step would be Contender Series or better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'll do what I can, right? Like, I'll jump on any podcasts or, do my thing. I'm always saying I could probably even be a little bit better at the social media thing. Like I said, it's kind of half the battle nowadays, just being, present on social media and posting and hyping things up. But I think also, like I said, it's kind of, it's the fight to make out here in the East Coast. And I think it's got tons of hype regardless before we even start pumping it up. So I think, as things get settled, it'll just start gaining more and more traction anyway. But yeah, definitely I'm all about hyping a fight up and doing the interviews and everything that goes with it. I don't mind doing that stuff. I know it's part of the game, so I'm more than game to do that.
It's got to be huge, man. Like, is like the Charlottetown news not coming after you? Is like the TSN of the East Coast? Like, there's got to be things that would want to hype this up, because like this is a huge thing. I mean, you've been kicking ass constantly in Fight League Atlantic, but a lot of the fighters have been out of towners or from different countries or whatever, right? So, okay, fine. So Cam's our guy, but this will be two Canadian boys. Like, this is going to be a huge thing that you would think like news outlets or radio stations or whatever the hell, sports radio, they're going to be coming after you, right?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, like I said, the more eyes on it, the better, right? We're still working on ideally getting a fight card here in the near future, like here's in PEI. We're the only province in the country that doesn't sanction MMA. So that's something I've been kind of working with some people behind the scenes as well, trying to kind of spearhead that. So would love to, throw down in my own province too, right? We have a really big fan base here now. And like you said, we have a lot of athletes coming out of PEI. So it'd be really special to get one here. It's looking more like next year for like a PEI card, but the ball is rolling on that end of things. So just really, really stoked to be a part of this, and just excited, man.
It's crazy, man. It's so exciting. I'm very, very happy for you, my friend. Look, I really appreciate you coming on too, because like I know that this is last minute, and I really appreciate it. I do want to shout out, on that Fight League Atlantic card as well, there's a couple of friends of ours that had come on the podcast before that did well. Of course, that's Nicole McMahon, who put on a great performance as well. Did you get to watch that fight? Were you watching from the side?
it was early on enough in the card. I watched probably the first 5 or 6. That was a barn burner. Especially a couple of them leading up weren't the most exciting, and then the girls came out and absolutely threw down. So that was I feel like that was kind of a turning point on the card. It really kind of
I really think it was, man, because I'm telling you, like, it was decisions leading up to her fight, which also was a decision. But what I will say is the crowd was on their feet that whole fight.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of sitting amongst the fans, and yeah, it was buzzing for sure. So shout out to those two. They really laid it all out there.
It was crazy. And then I did want to give a shout out to friend of the podcast, Cam Nelson. Oh, you're right here. That's you. All right. Well, Cam Nelson did well. He got his first round knockout. So I was going to mention that even if you were not here. And my good buddy, Dennis the Menace Frimpong out in Octagon MMA on the other side of the pond. He gets another knockout. Do you know this guy, this Irish guy? He's trash talking Irishman.
No, I don't think so.
Dennis Frimpong, he's an absolute lunatic. And he's over there in Octagon, and he gets his, I want to say, third win in a row in Octagon MMA. And this guy is skyrocketing towards a title over at Octagon MMA. So I'm so proud of that dude. And so I had a very good weekend with my friends. And I do want to give a shout out to Rageworks Podcast Network, rageworkspodcastnetwork.com. Go check them out. Look, Cam Nelson, before I let you go, my man, where are you? Can you show me? Like, it's always beautiful in your.
I'm moving into a new apartment here, so I was just in the process of moving some stuff in and getting ahead to the gym after. But I'm like downtown Charlottetown right now is where I would be. Yeah,
beautiful. So. Congratulations. Well, your Wi-Fi is great, so I will tell you that. So that's good. Look, last question I'll ask you, my man. I'm first of all so excited. I do hope the fight comes true for you in November. It is going to be absolutely massive, and I cannot wait. But final question I ask, I probably asked this to you last time you're on the show. It's a question I ask everybody that comes on. It's a question that my mom used to ask me almost every day of my life as I was growing up. On a scale of 1 to 10, Cam Nelson, how happy are you?
Super happy. I get to wake up every day and train and practice the sport I love, and I'm surrounded by great people who go out of their way to help me. And man, to me, that's really all you need. And grateful I found a passion that I can pursue. And man, just surround yourself with good people, and good things will happen, I think.
Dude, that's absolutely correct, man. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for your career, where you're going. Last question. You continue to become a physical specimen. Like, what would you tell this guy about
Suring me here
about the man that he is about to become? What would you have told that guy? I don't know how old that Cam Nelson was, but what would you have told him?
I tell him to stop partying so much. I think I was like 18 or 19 in that one. Yeah. And that's another kind of ties into the last question, right? Like, I don't know, I was a hockey player and just going out with the boys on the weekends and stuff and having fun as a kid, like everyone does, right? But I definitely think the sport just really gave me a sense of, discipline and just order that I probably needed. Obviously, I was young, and like I said, everyone's gonna have their fun when they're young. But I'm glad I found the sport when I was still young enough to really, take a stab at it. And it's done so much for me, and eventually down the road I'll definitely try and give it all back, right? So but for now, keep rolling till the wheels come off, man. That's the plan.
That's it, my man. Look, here's the before and after photo as well. Look at that guy just staring that kid down. Stop the partying. But look, man, you've done absolutely incredible, man, with your career, and it's only just begun. Like, it really, it's skyrocketing, and everything that you're doing is right. All your friends, all the people that you have around you, and the honor and respect that you show every time you're out there, man, it's absolutely beautiful. So congratulations on your career, and at the very least, I will see you in November.
Definitely. Appreciate
Have
the
a good
time.
one, my man.
Okay, man.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. Boom. That is Cam Nelson. Look, he's the pride of the PEI. He's the pride of Canada for damn sure. Look, this kid is making it all the right moves that he's doing, and FLA21 was absolutely spectacular. Next week on the show, I don't know, but I do know that Bam Bam Barberina better be back. He better be back in his co-hosting spot, and we'll get some good interviews going. I do have a Canadian Muay Thai fighter. He is Jake Peacock. He fights for 1FC. We've already filmed an interview with him. He fights at 1FC 179, the big one in Tokyo, Japan. He's going to be fighting there. So I have him on the card. He talks about ONE FC, and he talks about how he feels about ONE FC, because obviously online you see a bunch of bad stuff, a lot of fighters and stuff begging for their release from contracts, saying they want out. Well, okay, let me talk to a fighter who's on the ONE FC roster right now and who seems pretty happy. We do the interview with him. He's pretty happy, man. But I'm going to get you a opposite interview. I'm speaking with a few ONE FC fighters who have recently asked for their release and been granted their release. They were quite vocal about wanting out of the contract. So we're going to talk to one of them, and I'm going to put those interviews side by side so you can kind of see just the different aspects of how the fighters feel about ONE FC and what's going on. And then you can make your own decision. You know, talking with Liam Harriman earlier, we were talking about like political things and things that are in the media. One thing I'll tell you, it's very important to get the whole story. Do not take certain things out of context. Don't let one sentence or one title, one clickbait headline sway you in terms of what you think about things. And if I do get the chance to talk to Leah McCourt and we do get to talk on something a little bit more political, there's a story that I want to share that I recently had with a fighter that was on this show, and we kind of had a little bit of a back and forth, but when I gave him the full context of something, I think the story may have changed. So I'll talk to you guys about that later. It's a little bit of a shorter podcast this week, but I thank you so much. Again, Liam Harriman, go follow that dude. And Cam Nelson, I didn't put his Instagram up, but it is C Nelson and then the number 9. So C Nelson, the number 9. Go follow that kid, man, and send him love and support. Like his stuff, comment on his stuff, because this is the way that we want MMA to grow. That's the kind of athlete we want to support. I'm telling you, this kid, so nice. Ever since I've met him from 2 years ago when I met him, man, that kid has been nothing but respectful and polite. The way he upholds himself, him, his team, everybody out there at Fight League Atlantic, absolutely fantastic. And of course, finally, I do want to say thanks to Fight League Atlantic because I was able to go out there again for their show. Absolutely incredible. I'm telling you, every show is better than the next. FLA22 is going to be in November. Book your tickets now. Go on their website. Just figure it out and just get there. I'll see you there. Absolutely incredible show. Again, next week, guys, I don't know who we'll have on, but it will be the greatest podcast that you've ever watched. See you next week.